All right. Sorry about that. So this session is going to be recorded and it's going to be uploaded and it's going to be available on our website so folks can actually take a look at it. The reason why we're doing is because it's good for people to have information. Information is power. So we're trying to that's what we're going to be doing today. Trying to answer questions of doubts and what we're doing here. Like, what is it we're doing? A lot of people still have questions. They have no idea what we're doing or what we're trying to do or what we're trying to take them to. So those are the questions that are going to be answered here today. And I want to thank every one of you for being here. And if you end up becoming one of our students, we can guarantee you that you will never, ever regret it because we have experience and other people that can tell you can contest on that. So without wasting your time, I'm going to go over to my co-founder, partner, Mr. Abraham Udom. It's up to you, sir.
Yes, thank you so much, Engineer Bako. I want to thank everyone also for joining. Actually was supposed to be seated for this meeting, but I'm en route, another commitment, but I said I must be here for us, and I'll be here throughout the session. So my name again, as introduced, is Abraham Udom, more of a project manager with a master's degree in business analytics. When I met my friend and colleague, I knew we had something going. Another thing we do is we have love for the Africans in diaspora. Also, we also have love for the Africans in Africa. I call myself a transatlantic African. I don't really say I'm African American, but I've been in San Diego, California for 15 years. I work with the government as well as my colleague who also works with the government. So we've worked in the civilian sector, we've worked with the private companies, and we've also worked with government. So I'm currently working with the government, the local government here in San Diego. So we come with tons of experience and we are passionate about what we're doing. One of the things that Mr. Engineer Bako did not mention is that we also run a medical mission and a non-medical mission to Africa. So we are very passionate about what we do. We're not here for the money. We're here for the money. We just promise, overpromise and under-deliver, like a lot of the people out there on the internet. You know, the person that knows the best marketing and knows how to lie. I mean, if you lie naturally, I bet you can lie online. That's even better. But I can reassure us that the job of networking, the job of project management, business analyst, that job is not going away anytime soon. Because of the threats, cybersecurity threats all around the world, that job is very important. Most people learn cybersecurity without learning networking. Networking is the #1 skill you need to really advance in cybersecurity. So if you go and read all the book, what is the threat, what are phishing and phishing, all those ones are theoretical knowledge. But when it comes to networking and cybersecurity, which is what we are learning here, going to be learning here, you're having hands-on experience. So you're not just talking theory, all right? And then for the business analysts or project management that we also train, we teach you hands-on too. So we're going to be very practical. Anybody can get theory off the internet, okay? So that being said, we really appreciate your time. And we are here for questions, even beyond the webinar. We're very available. We have a number you can call. The phone rings to either of us. So please engage, enjoy, and hope to see you as a registered student, or even if you just refer someone else to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Udom. Appreciate your introduction. Like I said, this is a free Zoom. Feel free to interrupt me and ask questions, but I think for now, I just want to go through some really quick question and answering on our website. Let me see here. Excuse me. Can you guys see my screen? I'm sharing the screen. Some people just say yes or no. Okay, awesome. All right, so this is our website, ematechacademy.org or ematechacademy.com. We own both domain names. So let's say you type in a web, just to do .com, it's going to take us to .org. It's the same. We own both the domain names. So we actually, this program for today is we're focusing on specifically the Cisco and Palo Alto. right? As a 6 months training program, we're going to be running for 6 months. We plan to start sometime around August. I would say it's going to start sometime around late August, because students who are going to sign up, we're going to need some time to set up the computers, pretty much the setup that we use online for them to practice, to learn what we're trying to teach them. And I'm going to show all of that today. I'm going to share all of that today here. So again, it's a 6 months Cisco Palo Alto network engineering training that we're going to be doing. I'm just going to scroll all the way down to, I'm sure a couple of you have been to our website. So very first question here to say what courses does EMATECH Academy offer? So again, we offer several courses, right? Like network engineering, cybersecurity, project management, website designing. A lot of people, we teach how to, we teach folks how to do website designing, right? You can design your own website. People can, if you know how to do this website design, folks can pay you to do it. And a lot of people do that. Nowadays we'll have AI, but again, we'll have somebody, you can use a template, which makes it pretty easy for you to actually run website designing. Nowadays, it's not that complex. So we teach folks how to do that. Also, another thing, computer literacy, right? We do that too. We teach people how to do just basic computer science, right? How to navigate the computers. Everything nowadays is all electronic, phones, computers. When we talk about computers, we're not just referring to your laptop computer. We're referring to phones. We have smartphones nowadays. I have this massive phone that unfolds. There's a massive computer. You can cause a lot of damage. So that's what we mean, computer literacy. Some folks don't even know how to print a document from their personal computers. So that's what we focus on. So we have several, and every single one of these different courses that we offer here lead you to a specific career or several careers. So that's what we offer here at EMATECH Academy. Again, this program that we're focusing on is specifically on Cisco and Palo Alto, which falls under the network engineering and part of cybersecurity, courses that we'll offer here. So it's kind of like a boot camp. We run for 6 months. So you have that option to do that. How long do I have access to a course, right? Let's say you signed up. Again, the reason why the question is coming up, I'm just going to go to the section where it says courses so you guys can see. If you go here, we have several of these courses. I'm going to go, let's say, to, let's say computer literacy, something like that, right? It's going to take you here. Let's say you're a student, want to sign up, and that's where you go to, and then you click to register, and it takes you to where the cost is. And you can literally just register right there on our website. And we'll get the notification and we'll set it up. We'll set you up on our online learning database, and you're good to go. And again, when you go through, you're going to read through the specific. So if I click, let's see here. So that takes you to the information that you need to know. It tells you specifically what that course is doing, right? It's like 2 weeks. Some of them like you have the same course that have the same type of name, but some of it's like 6 months. So, but then you have different levels of knowledge that you get to acquire. And again, make it very easy for folks to pay. You can use your card, you can use Google Pay, whatever it is. So it makes it very easy. Again, in this situation is when you're actually signing up for a course on our website. So that's different. That's where that question is coming from. So let me go back there. If I'm going too fast, please slow me down. I always say that because I'm a fast talker. I stutter, but I speak fast. So, okay, so that's where we are. How long do I have access to a course? So again, how long you have access to a course? Again, as soon as you have access, it's a lifetime. So when you pay for it, you have access to it literally forever. Okay, because we make it available for you. You paid for it, and you need. Some people don't. Not everybody learn. People have different pace as far as how they learn things. So you might be somebody who's going to take like 6 weeks or a year to learn a course. That's up to you. You have that time. And somebody who might want to they'll take like 2 weeks. Again, you have the opportunity to do that too. Next question here says, do you offer a payment plan? So the payment plans, as far as the courses, we don't offer payment plans for the courses. So you have to pay the course up front directly. But if you're going specifically for this program that we're offering, which is like a boot camp, so we'll come up with boot camps once in a while, right? But we're starting this, and we're going to be doing it in a row every other time because we think it's easy for people to learn it that way, to compact a couple of careers into one and then run it on a boot camp. So that's what we're doing here. So again, The payment plan is specifically for the Cisco Palo Alto program. Folks who are going to be signing up after this, we require you to do like a 30% down. And then after that 30% down, you can determine how you want to do your monthly payment within the 6 months period of time. We don't want to, we're here, like I said, this is an NGO, also based on educational provider company. So we're here to help, but also we have to charge for our services, right? So I guess you understand it. So we don't force people to, let's say you do like 30% down, right? I think the program is like 3,500, which we started really low for the massive information that we're going to put into your brains. But again, we're startup companies and we understand. And again, we're here, we are an NGO. We're here to help folks. All right. So, excuse me. So we are, again, started up 30%. And then after that, you can do, however you want to do your payment. If you want to pay all at once, it's up to you. If you want to drag it as small as you can, it's up to you. We don't have no specific payment plan, but at least we're going to be keeping up with you actually questions as we go on through the 6 months, just to make sure that you are on track as far as your payments are concerned. So we don't want to stress folks as far as how they're going to make the payments, because we know you guys are going to be busy. It's a pretty intense program. When I say intense, it's intense as far as the time that you need to put into it. And we're going to talk about that going forward. Next question here. What do I achieve after completing the 6 month Cisco and Palo Alto network engineering training? Well, you're going to acquire a lot. I'm just going to read through. On completion, you must have acquired 10 to 15 years of hands-on experience, of hands-on high-level skills in configuring any modern network infrastructure in today's business environment, anywhere in the world. So what does that mean? I know it sounds like a scam, right? How am I going to acquire 10 to 15 years of experience within 6 months? Well, this program specifically, I'm the orchestrator of it. So I've been working on this for, I'll say, since 2018. So it's about a couple of years now. I've been running on this program and building some things until this point where we are, right? This comes from my experience as far as the things that I do in every day, and I incorporate them into a specific lab environment. And so this program focuses on things that you're going to need to know for you to work as a network engineer. It doesn't matter wherever you're hired, anywhere in the world, or how your job description is required for you to do, or for you to know. This is going to cover entirely, specifically just that. And this is going to be at the level of it's not the CCNA level, which is an introduction level. No, it's going to be at the level of the mid to senior level positions. That is what we're doing here. That's why we're going to acquire a lot. Just a lot. When we start, you see. That's what I'm saying. It's very intense. You need time. You need a lot of time. I had a video out there that I put out. I'm not sure if folks have seen it, but beyond where you get your social media stuff, I have this video where I'm saying that you need time. At the end of the video, I'm really, really stressing on time, because I've seen folks that have started this program and they discover that they don't have time. That's all they don't have. They definitely know that. They can see that they're learning new stuff, and it's easy because we've figured out how to put it in your brains. But then the biggest challenge that students always have here, time. They don't have time because people are married. They have kids. Some of them are not married. They have things to do. They focus on other things and they don't prioritize this program. That is not going to work for you. I can tell you that right now. Do not waste your money, because you're not going to end up successful in this program. You need time. And I always advise people, when we start, never, ever miss 2 consecutive classes. When you miss, let's say if you have a class on Monday and another class on Wednesday, you can miss that class on Wednesday, but do not miss the other class, the following class that comes up. Usually we'll have classes twice a week. We are doing it this time around on weekends. Let's say you have a class on Saturday and another one on Sunday, right? And that's it. And then you have until other weekend, right? Just say you miss a class on Saturday, you don't want to miss one on Monday, so on Sunday or Monday, whatever it comes after. Because if you miss that class, you have a week, right, to catch up on your time, because every single session is recorded, right? We have a database on Dropbox where we give access to our students to go back and watch the video of what happened during the previous class. They're going to watch it. Some of these videos, our class lasts at least like 3 to 4 hours. So you have to take your time, watch everything, right, and then try to practice. So if you miss a class, so you missed the lecture, right? Now you still have to go back and watch the lecture of the class and try to practice. So that's a lot of work. So you don't. That's why I advise do not ever miss 2 consecutive classes. If you miss a class, make sure you don't miss the next one coming. And also, when let's say if you attend class on Monday, on a Saturday, and you miss the class on, let's say you attend a class on Monday and you attend another class on Tuesday and miss a class the next week. So I think you guys get what I'm saying. You cannot miss a class. Let's say you miss a Saturday and you attend on Sunday and you miss another class on Saturday. That still looks like it's a 2 consecutive, right? It's not actually coming up right after the other one, but that is still going to give you a lot of work piled up. Okay. Again, if that works for you and you can catch up, great. But from my experience, I've been doing this for quite some time now. That is the biggest challenge that people have. They drop out not because they cannot do it. It's just because they cannot just, they miss classes and they just can't catch up. Okay. All righty. Next one. Will I obtain a certification after completion of the 6 months in Cisco and Palo Alto network engineering classes? So yes, you're going to obtain certifications, and these are certifications that you are going to equip to go in for. Let me be very clear. We do not, the program that you're paying us for does not cover your certification. Okay. So we do not offer the certification. There's Pearson VUE, so Webs is a company that offers professional certificates across the world. So when you're done with, after everything that you've learned, you will be prepared to go in for the examination for these certifications. And after we recommend folks to go in for the CCNP certifications. Cisco has several certifications, right? CCNP is a professional Cisco Certified Network Professional certification. That's what we're going to recommend. There's a couple of them. The first one is CCNP Enterprise, which kind of tests you in the core network, right? Like routing, switching type of thing. Okay. Please can you mute yourself if you don't mind? Let me see who's
you want to get me.
Hello? All right, thank you. All right, so we'll go Cisco, the CCNP Enterprise certification, and then there's also CCNP Security. These are 2 major certifications that we recommend you do, right? Because to obtain the Cisco, the CCNP Enterprise, you will go in for 2 exams. There's a core exam and there's a concentration exam. The core exam is about $400 and the concentration exam is about $300. Cisco bumped the price up. Things are going more expensive, right? It's good. So that's one thing. And then for you to obtain the CCNP security, so now you've done 2 exams, right? You spend about $700 out of your pocket. Again, that has nothing to do with what you're paying us. You're just paying us for us to teach you what you're going to be doing when you get the job. But you need the certification. The certification is going to boost your resume. Okay. So when you've done those 2 exams, for you to be able to obtain the CCNP security, you don't have to do 2 exams anymore. You just have to do the core exam for CCNP. CCNP focuses on the cybersecurity side of networking, which is about things about how they configure their firewalls, Cisco eyes, and a whole lot of security stuff that we're going to cover here. Not everything, some, but most of them. Okay, because for us to cover those here, it's going to take us some time. But yeah, we're going to cover most of them here. Okay, most of the security part that you'll be comfortable enough to write the exam and pass. We also recommend folks to going for the Palo Alto network security engineering certification. That is at the CCNP level. There's 2 of them. There's the administration. There's a PCNSA, which is the CCNA for Cisco. That's the entry level. You don't want to go for that, okay? Because the knowledge that you're going to have is going to be high level. You're going to be at the PCNSC level. That's the certification you want to do. Now, I highly recommend for folks to go in for the 2 Cisco certifications, because that is going to give you opportunities to go anywhere. Again, you don't have to have a Palo Alto certification. You're going to obtain the Palo Alto knowledge through this program. You're going to know how to configure the firewall. You're going to be good at it. You're going to know how to configure the Cisco firewall. And you're going to be good at it. Okay, we're going to teach you that. But again, I recommend you have a certification for the Cisco. Cisco covers about 80% of the network across the world. Okay, so you're gonna see that other stuff like Juniper, there are other stuff like Palo Alto, there's other vendors out there that get stuff done. But Cisco is is it's like Microsoft that covers pretty much like 80 to 90% of desktops across the world and servers. That's how it is on networking side. Cisco, that's why we focus on Cisco. The reason why we're adding Palo Alto is because a couple of years ago, I think it's now 2018, Palo Alto came up. Okay, this company just came out of nowhere, and they started this technology, what they call Palo Alto, and they started putting firewalls out there. And the reason why they took over the firewall side of networking, they still haven't completely taken over because Cisco is trying to keep up with the firewall, which you guys are going to learn about. Palo Alto did something really unique. Back in the days in 2018, we used to have what is known as Cisco ASA firewall, which was very, very difficult for you to configure. I'm just going to put it out there. It's very easy stuff that you do, but it was just difficult for you to access the graphic user interface of that firewall. You have to install different types of technologies like Java, and Java was discontinued a couple of years ago. Now they have something else that's like Java. So that would make this so difficult. But Palo Alto made it so easy because when you just take the firewall out of a box, or whether you have a VM, as long as that firewall has IP that sits on the same network that the firewall sits on, you just browse to the, and you're going to see, I'm going to show you right here. You're just going to browse to the firewall, and that's it. Just that little simple thing. It made a lot of vendors, companies started decommissioning all of their Cisco ASA firewalls and transitioning into Palo Alto. And with that, Palo Alto has just always been ahead of Cisco when it comes to firewalls. And we're going to go through all of that, right, in the program. So those are certifications that you're gonna have. You guys are gonna obtain at the end of the program. Next one. Oh, does the cost of the 6 months Cisco and Palo Alto network engineering training cover my certification? I think I just covered that, right? It does not. That certification, that cost of the examination or the certification is all on you. We're going to teach you again. We're going to put in your brain what you need to know, which is the most difficult part, because a lot of people have certifications. It's easy to have certifications nowadays. A lot of people do have certifications. Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about. But it is not easy for them to know to be able to defend those certifications. We're going to teach you how to defend your certifications, and it's going to be easy for you to obtain the certification. So. All right. So what is required of me when I fully register for the Cisco's for this 6 month Cisco and Palo Alto network engineering? Let's go through that. You're required to obtain a Windows laptop computer with an AMD. This is very specific and it's very important. This is the reason why we're focusing on this specific type of model of laptop is because I don't want you to have issues when we start the program, right? When we're running this stuff and you need a lot of resources from your computer, you don't want to be behind, right? So I recommend folks buy a Windows, not an Apple, Windows. Again, you can have your Apple, but like I said, Apple, yeah, it's a great, technology. But sometimes when we doing some stuff to learn things from scratch, it's easy for Windows when you use a Windows computer. I'm not saying we cannot use an Apple, we can't, but it's better for us to use Windows, right? So again, Windows laptop. The processor has to be an AMD Ryzen, specifically AMD Ryzen. They have a bunch of I-cores and stuff like that. That is not what you're going to be using. The AMD Ryzen CPU is what you need, and you need at least 16 gigabytes of RAM on that laptop, right? And a hard drive space could be 250. That's fine. Sometimes you have larger hard drive space, like 500 or a terabyte. Okay, now, but that's what we want to focus on. We want to focus on the CPU and the RAM. That's what you need. You definitely need those computers because when we set up, your system, those resources are going to be used when we start running those routers and switches and firewalls on your computer on the lab environment that we're going to be using. It's going to start eating up a lot of your resources, right? Okay. Next question here. What simulation platform is used for hands-on practicals during the 6 months and 6 months program? It's kind of short. So we're going to be using what is known as Cisco Modern Labs. It's also known as Cisco CML. It comes with a 1-year license. Okay. Now, again, note that the cost of the CML license is included in your 6 months training. So we're not going to make you pay for it for the licensing. When you do your down payment, We're going to get the license for you, set up your computers, and you'll be good to go, at least for a year. Okay, it renews every year. You can renew it after that. That's fine. We only need it for 6 months or maybe 6 to 7 months. However, we're going to run this program, right? So that is included in your cost of this program. Let me just give you, since we're talking about this, I'm going to give you a little preview of what the Cisco CML is actually. Let me see how many more questions do I have. Let me give you a little preview of how the Cisco CML looks like. I'm sharing here. Okay. I'm sure you can see my screen. Say hi or hello, anything. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, I can see.
Awesome. All right. So
yes.
So let me log out a little bit. So you can see there's Cisco Modern Labs, right? It's log out. As you can see, it's just an IP address I'm browsing to, right? By the way, this computer, I'm in Africa right now, in Cameroon, country where I was born. But this computer I'm accessing right now is in Los Angeles, is in Menifee, city called Menifee, where I live at my home. I have a home lab garage in my garage. That's where this laptop's sitting on in California. So I'm accessing it right now through you can do it through several ways, which we're going to talk about. But that laptop is connected to a switch, okay? And the switch is connected to the network. The switch is the core switch, which is the same thing we're going to teach you guys here. I have that physically sitting in my home, in my garage. But this is the laptop, one of the laptops that's in there. So again, it's on the same network as this IP address. So I just have to browse to that IP. Now, this IP right here is a VM, it's a virtual machine that we're going to build. And I'm going to show you guys all of that. Okay, while we're doing those, when we're going to be building this virtual machine, okay, on your laptop, we're going to show you how it is done. But just for a simple preview while we're here, I'm going to open, where's my data center here? Not that one. There's my data center. So let me see. There's, I see right there, Cisco CML. So it's a little VM, virtual machine that we're going to build, but we're going to build it on, not that actually, we're going to build it on your ESXi, which we'll talk about all of this, and I'm going through back and forth, but I'm just trying to show you guys some things. So we're going to build this on your ESXi host client, okay? Just going to install it on a laptop. On that laptop, that's why we need those resources. And we're going to build a VM called Cisco CML, this one right here. And we're going to give it an IP. And when we give that IP, we're just going to browse to that IP, and we'll be able to log in. And that's what we're going to be running our labs. As you can see, I have several labs that I run. Again, the reason why I have all these labs is because I have a license. There's a 1-year license. For this license we're going to have is going to allow us to run at least 20 nodes. 20 nodes are just the objects, the switches and routers that we're going to be installing into this labs. Again, this is different labs, all right? But I have this is the lab that we're going to be running through the 6 months program. This one right here, which is on. So this is the topology that we're going to go through. This entire thing, it looks small, but there's a lot of things in here. A lot of things in here. So this is what we're going to go through. This is a network that I've already built. It's fully built, but we're going to build it together. And the goal is for you to be able to see how I build it, okay? Watch the videos, understand, ask questions, and you're going to build it yourself. When you're done, then you're going to be ready. I can guarantee you there'll be nobody that's going to be able to break you down when you go through these interviews, job interviews, when you're done building this thing. It's out of experience. I have a lot of students that when we're doing classes, I'm going to bring some of them in so you guys can get from your experience, right? How they were kind of scared starting the program, and then when they were done, they followed instructions, and then now they're doing just pretty well in the networking industry. So this is what we're going to be doing, right? The lab, every single one of its objects. So I spoke to one of my students. I'm sure he's here. I'm not sure. I'm not looking at. I can see the names here. He asked me a very smart question that. So are we going to be using? Am I going to buy in Cisco switches and Cisco, like the hardwares, right? And put it somewhere so we can learn. I told him no. Everything nowadays is software. So The software in the form of VMs, virtual machines. When I say VM, it stands for virtual machines. But again, those things represents the coding, that how we code those devices exactly the same way you code the hardwares. So it's nothing different. All right. But yeah, this is exactly what we're going to be using right here. And you can create several apps. You can use several apps in here. Again, the nodes are just the devices. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 nodes, actually. So our whole entire lab only requires us to use all the way to 13 nodes. We're not even going to go more than the 20 nodes. So the license for 1 year is going to cover just that, right? All right, let me switch back to the other screen. All right. So that is where the, that's what the Cisco Modern Labs is all about. That's what it's all about. 1 license, again, is included in your, the cost of this 6 months program. All right, next question is, once fully registered for the 6 months Cisco and Palo Alto network engineering training, what happens next before the start of class session? So we are going to do a one-on-one. Let's say after today, you decide you want to go and register for this program. What do you do? So you're going to register on our website. It's pretty easy to register. Registration means you go in. Let me just show you guys what to do. So you go to our website right now and scroll down. It tells you pay now. You can pay. You can go through that route. You can still go through the register today route. This is the register today route is just a longer route. But if after today, if you're comfortable and you have everything you need, you just want to go ahead and start and do your down payment for the program. The program costs. Where did I put the costs? It costs right here. So it's a $3,500, total cost of the program, and at 30%. So you do the math, and then you go in here. There you go. So we made the program in such a way that's easy for you to put in the amount that is 30% of $3,500, and you can put it right there. And this is how you continue to make your payments. Every time you want to make a payment, okay, you can always come here and do the monthly payment after this. So it's pretty easy. You can use your card, you can use whatever means that you want to use to make the payments right here, just right on the website, right? And you're going to get notifications from our, emails and business emails and stuff like that about, the payments you've done. And then after we get that payment, and we're going to get in touch with you. Make sure, let me see, I think it has a section where you have to put, okay, here we go. Additional notes, okay? Make sure you want to put in how we can contact you. I think it's somewhere there is going to ask for your email. Yeah, there you go. Sorry. There's information that you already have. So we're going to know how to contact you. Make sure the email that's there is easy for us to contact you. We don't want to put in phone numbers because sometimes, people are private. They don't want to debug them. Just send them an email, they're good. So that's why we didn't put the section for email, for phone numbers over there. But emails, make sure you after you register, keep your emails very close and monitor it. So we're going to give you instructions on what we're going to go, what's going to be done after that. But excuse me, I'm going to tell you what is going to be done after that right now. So what's going to happen is when we get a notification from you with your 30% down payment, we're going to go right ahead and set up a one-on-one Zoom with you. It's probably only going to last about 30 minutes, pretty much, to set up the whole system. Maximum like 45, I think. But we'll set up, again, the session might be multiple. Maybe someday that if you fall in with somebody else that has a session for that day, that when they're available, you might have somebody else on Zoom, and we're going to be doing both of you, all right? I'll have another instructor that's going to help also to set up the system, right? Again, like I said, if your laptops want to be ready, and go back to... Yeah. So we're going to have a one-on-one session, right? Or again, or a group session to prepare your laptops during the Zoom session. The official simulator software CML will be set up in place. So we're going to set up that, we're going to email you the links that we're going to open on your laptops that's connected to our database on Dropbox. You're going to download some software which is Cisco CML software and the package that we need. And we're going to build the system. We're going to test it, but also we're going to get your license, because we have to grab the license, and then we're going to input the license into the CML so you can have access to at least 20 nodes within the CML, because that's what you need. So this is what we're going to be doing, early month days of August, right? Between, say, I'll say literally after today, right? Anybody that's want to register after today, I'll recommend you do it as fast as quick as possible. After today, we're going to start doing that, setting up your systems. So that way I think we're going to have at least a month, just to do that. So that's what we're planning to start sometime within, towards the end of August or maybe early September, just depending on how much people are going to sign up after today, and how much, how we're also working on the days. And like I said, we prefer to go the weekend route, because not that people don't work on weekends, but again, people are going to be joining from different parts of the world. It's not just in America, it's not just in Africa, it's not just in Europe, it's everywhere in the world. So the time zones, this specific time zone that we're talking to you is the time zone that the class is going to be functioning, right? Because from our experience, we've seen that a lot of folks, both in the United States and Europe and other parts of the world, they can pretty much function around this time frame. So this is time frame we're working on. But again, we're trying to do the class, I think, on Saturdays, and maybe Saturdays and Sundays, or maybe Saturdays and Mondays. So within that weekend time frame, we're going to clarify that as we move forward. Because again, after you do your registration, we're going to add you to a WhatsApp group. So again, our community, we'll have a community on WhatsApp for the company. We'll have a specific group for this specific program, right? And you're going to be having, text as far as what is happening next. So that is that. What's next? Does EMATECH assist with building a resume and help with the job interview? Yes, that's definitely, we're going to do that. So after we're done, people who have gone through the program, they're ready to go. You're confident. You've built that topology that you've seen there, and you feel confident. Again, while we're doing while we're going to be doing the interview prep and building your resume, you might be going through your certification at the same time too. Not everybody might be doing that, because some folks might say, oh, you know what? Hey, I don't have money right now to go through this thing right now. I'm just going to wait, So, but again, that's not going to stop you from going through an interview, because remember, the certification does not give you a job. Okay. It's just boost your resume. It's just tell somebody that you're certified to configure Cisco Palo Alto, whatever technology that you have that certification for. That's what it says. It doesn't mean that you're able to do it. Okay. So we're going to focus on what making sure that you can configure these technologies, and also you're ready for job interviews, because we're going to do interviews. We're going to have students interview each other, because a lot of people I myself, I have what is called a stage fright. I don't know if that's the word, but my heartbeat goes up whenever I have an interview. Okay, my heartbeat goes up, and that's just it. But sometimes, as soon as I start talking during the interview, I literally it goes away. Okay, a lot of people have that, so those are things we're going to practice. So some people are shy, some people don't know how to talk, out, at a professional, professional environment. You're going to have interviews where you're going to have about 6 people joining on the interview. They're going to be asking, bombarding you with questions left and right. Some people come up with topologies and stuff, but again, you're going to be ready for it. Trust me, you are going to be ready. By the time you're probably at least about 2 weeks into this program, you would know that you're going to be ready. Yeah. So we don't play around here. We definitely teach you what you need to know. Like my colleague, my business partner said, there's a lot of scams out there. The people who go out there and tell people lies, tell them they can do this and that within 2 months and 3 months, and they rip off your money. And when you're done, you don't know anything, because you go for job interviews, you can do anything. I had that experience in real life. It's just why I'm doing what I'm doing. But again, like I said, we're here to help people. So yes, we're going to be doing a resume. The resume is going to be, it's just going to be part of everything. It's going to comprise of everything that you're going to be doing here. And it's a lot of things we're going to be doing. A lot. I'm not scaring you. But like I said, you need time. The only thing for you to be able to deal with this program, you just need time. Don't worry about if you're going to be able to understand it. You are going to understand it. Trust me. And it doesn't matter from what type of career you're coming from. You might be somebody who has never done IT, information technology, or networking. It doesn't matter. You're going to understand it because we'll figure that part out. Like I said, all you really need is time. You need time for yourself to practice this thing. When you practice it, you're going to understand it, but will you have time to practice it? That's the issue. That's the challenge that most people are going to have. All right. And then last part are EMATECH courses suitable for students from any parts of the world who intend to build a career in information technology. Yes, I think I just said that. So yes. So again, that's why this is where the certifications actually come in. So certifications, Cisco, Palo Alto, and the other vendors that we're going to be dealing with here. For example, one of the courses that we're going to be doing here is setting up a Windows server. We're going to set up a Windows server. So you're going to learn how to actually build a domain controller. I don't think some people who have had experience in information technology and they have no idea how to build a domain controller. They know what it is, they work with it, but they don't know how to build it. They don't know how it works. We're gonna be building that. We're gonna be working. So we're gonna be using VMware. We're gonna build a VMware. Okay, so you're gonna at least see how the VMware is built, and we're gonna see how VMs, virtual machines, are built in VM, because those are the things that actually run the entire world when it comes to networking, right? So there's a lot of experience you're gonna be having, and then again, Cisco, Palo Alto, which are the major things that are involved here with with the program. So this is pretty much it. Before I can start with other questions, I just want to go through again just a little preview of what we're going to be doing. So this computer is actually my computer here. Let me share the computer in the States. All right. So again, this is the topology. When I say topology is just the components within the network that we're going to be building on this lab environment, right? We're going to be going from every single one. So when we build your Cisco CML, we're going to upload this topology. So you're not going to be you're not going to add these things. The skills you're going to be acquiring here is not for you to, it's not for you to be able to, to add these switches on Cisco CML. That's a skill that's very easy. It's just a software environment, which you're going to learn, you're going to know, just acquire it while you're working on these things. So that's not what we're here. So we're going to help you. And again, just to buy time too, we're going to just have this topology ready for you. And then we're going to start. The whole thing is for us to move from, let me make this thing a little bigger. So the goal for us in the 6 months is for us to be able to have this laptop here. There's a laptop here connected to the switch right here. This laptop is somewhere in Los Angeles, LA site. The goal is for us to be able to have this laptop, okay, run traffic across these switches, bounces off both of the switches, goes through here, goes through this firewall, Palo Alto firewall, and then bounces off on this router, this LA router here, and then decide to choose either going through the New York route or through the UK route, bounces off here, and hit a router in Cameroon. So if you're following right now what I'm saying, I'm talking about, that means this traffic is going from LA and across the world. Okay, hitting a router in Cameroon. Again, that's what we're building in this lab. Okay, but that's what works in the real world. So we're building real world technology. So that traffic is going to bounce off on Cameroon. It's going to hit this firewall here in Cameroon. It's going to hit this switch in Cameroon, and it's going to ping. When I say ping, that means it's going to talk to this PC right here in Cameroon. That's one thing. It's also going to be able to hit this router down here in London. This router in London is connected to a router in UK. So that's our goal. We're going to be able to ping this IP here. When I say ping, that means we're just communicating, talking, having computers talking to each other. But so what happens in between? What's going to happen in between these two PCs, the LA PC and the Cameroon PC, is what we're going to be doing for 6 months. We're going to build this whole thing. You're going to learn technology. You're going to know things, why things are set up in a certain way. What happens when I'm talking right now to you guys through Zoom and you're able to hear me, you're able to see me. That's traffic. It's audio and video traffic. There's a whole lot more. I'm sharing also my screen. So that's screen sharing, that file sharing. Right now, just what we're doing, we are already doing three things. There's video traffic, there's file sharing traffic, and there's audio traffic. That's what computers do. Our phones and computers, they do exactly just that. So that's what we're going to be learning. There's a lot that runs on the back end. What happens when we just turn on our Zoom and it's internet, right to connect? Life is easy, right? Well, there's a lot of people that do the work at the back end. That's going to be us, you and I, if you decide to join us. So that's what we're going to be doing, building the technology behind all of, just basic life. When somebody goes to the gas station to use a card, right? Oh my God, they're running out of gas. They're trying to run their card at the gas station. How does a bank know about your card? Maybe you bank at Chase, you bank at a bank, and like I'm on camera right now, I go to a kiosk over here and they pull out a POS and I swap my Chase card. How does that POS in Cameroon knows about Chase Bank in America? That's what we're going to be learning here. Now, what happens at the back end? That's why, like my colleague said, this technology you're learning is never going away. Whether it is AI today, tomorrow, or somewhere in the future, this specific one you're learning right here is never going to go away. You know why? Because if you do your research, you can search. AI does a lot of things. It does a lot of web development and a lot of programming, right? But when it comes to networking, specifically networking, which is devices that handle traffic at the back end of everything in the world. When it comes to that, AI cannot, it's not a human. It cannot really process troubleshooting tasks to fix things. If there's something happens, which we're going to do that. When we're done building this lab, I'm going to break your labs, like break the network. So by the time we successfully ping, this LAPC has pinged the PC over in Cameroon, I'm going to go in there and break your lab and do something in there, cause trouble, right? And that PC will not be able to ping the PC in Cameroon. So you got to figure it out. That's what is known as troubleshooting. AI does not have that kind of thinking. Okay, they're trying to do it. It does some type of troubleshooting, but the troubleshooting is programmed. It's programmed. And again, that's not coming from me. You can go do it out here. You can Google it. So that's why this networking, which is also known as traditional networking, there's also cloud networking or cloud computing. That's another thing for another day when you're done with this career. But this traditional networking is going nowhere because this is where university campus network starts with. And a lot of companies have adopted the same exact thing. It's cheap, it's easy. There's new stuff, which is, again, still compared with this type of technology, but that's why we're saying this is never going away. So if you learn this thing, it's not a career you're just going to learn for today. It is a long-term investment in your life and everything. I've been a network engineer since when I graduated from ITT Technical Institute in California since 2014. I've been a network engineer since then. And I've never been interested in any career. I've never seen the reason to. I'm talking about financially and any other way. Maybe just looking for jobs. So, all right. I just wanted to say that out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is time for questions. So feel free, mute yourself. And if there's anything that was not really clear, you can ask questions and so we can answer the questions.
Yeah, I have a question, and thanks for that introduction. It's really, really cool. The question I had is, can I use Intel instead of AMD?
Can you use what?
If so, is it Intel?
Intel
instead of AMD, yeah, i7, i5 instead of AMD Ryzen.
I think you can use Intel. As far as you have a lot of, you can use. We recommend AMD Ryzen because we've worked with it. But if you have Intel, and I get it, to buy a new laptop, whatever, just make sure you have enough RAM. The RAM should be at least 16 gigabytes because when we start running those routers you see there, that's a full network that is running. And this has been tested on a laptop. Like we have one of our students right here that has already been built on a laptop. And I have on this laptop I'm talking to you, it's actually been built. I think I can actually show you. But That's fine.
Yeah, I think it
So
will have
it's
32
yes,
32 gig.
yes. So the higher the RAM, the better. The higher the RAM,
Okay.
the better. I don't think the processor is okay. You can have Intel or
Okay.
AMD Ryzen. It's fine.
Awesome.
Any more questions, ladies and gentlemen? This is new for a lot of people, so you guys feel free to ask the questions.
I don't have any questions per se. I just wanted to say thank you for your time,
Yes, sir.
and you were pretty much explicit and straightforward in all your explanation, and I think I will be joining the cohort. And I'm looking forward to learn a lot. Obviously, I will be registering so we can have a one-on-one.
Okay.
I think so that way you'll be able to gauge my
Yes.
experience at the moment, and if there's going to be like a tailored plan for me, something like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I just thank you for taking time off and talking to us. Actually, I got your contact from one of my friends.
Okay.
He spoke the word about you. Um, I, I've been one of those guys that got scammed a couple of thousands of dollars, which I'm not happy about.
I have been scammed. Mine was $27,000.
Yeah, so at a point I honestly gave up, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna figure this out through Dr. Mesa on YouTube, or Mr. Mensa, whatever his name is,
Mhm.
and find a way and just self-learn. But he spoke the world. It was like, hey man, I know you've tried, but just try this one. So so if I call his name, you'll know. But for lack of, but maybe when we talk, I'll let you know who the person is. But thank you.
Okay.
But I'm looking forward to having a blast.
You are going to. You are going to. Like I said, I'm going to try to have I wish some of our ex-students could be here, but they would join. I always try to get them to join. If you go to websites, we've been putting out videos out there. Those videos are not fake. Those are people who are actually working right now. They're working
Yeah.
in this career. Some of them have been network engineers, and they just use us to boost their know-how. Okay. Some people are already
Yeah.
working, but they don't know that networking. They're having difficulties at work trying to figure things out. Okay. We do that too. Those are, so there's different ways that we help people here. Yeah. Like I
Yeah.
said,
Thank
I
you very
always
much.
I always go back to time. Just after
Yeah.
today, everybody should don't think about anything else. Don't worry about the program. Think about your time. Go back to your life and see how much you can create time for you. When you do that for 6 months, I look, I guarantee. I'm not saying I bet you, I guarantee you're gonna make it. Because you're gonna learn
Uh,
it. You're gonna learn the stuff. You're gonna be a completely different person. You're gonna be
Realistically, so you said something about classes being in the weekend. For now, I think that's going to be best for me.
okay.
Realistically, what would you say would be outside of class hours? How much time should you, obviously that's not a one size fit all, but
Mhm.
how much time should you dedicate to um, you know, on yourself, just trying to work on those labs, and say 2, 3 hours per week for 5 hours per week,
So,
or
so this
as much as you
this is what
can?
we're trying to do, right?
Hmm.
We're trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do on the weekend, because
Yeah,
when we started, we used to do like and we've moved around a lot. We moved around a lot. Sometimes, but I think it's good for when you have a specific, a fixed time frame. Then folks start
yeah,
working around that, rather than moving things around. So I'm actually looking into the weekend. I think
yeah,
the most preferred is should be a Saturday and a Sunday. I know, like I said,
yeah.
there's a lot of I know people go to church, and some people might not affect them because they might be attend the class like late, like in the evening on Sunday.
Evenings,
But
yeah,
I think
yeah.
those 2 days are better. So we use 2 days to accumulate a lot of information, and you have a week. You have 1 week
Hmm.
to go through the videos and practice. Okay.
Okay.
What you want to do is you want to make sure that before the next class, which is a week, you want to make sure that you're able to go through the videos, understand it. Again, if you don't understand, just text me My number is always going to be available. We're all going to be a part of a WhatsApp group anyway. So I prefer students to text their questions within the group because somebody else might have the same issue that they're going through. And when I send an answer, it might just help, a lot of people, about 2, 3 folks, right, in the group. And then, so that's why I want us to work on the group. Your questions is never a crazy question. It's always a very smart question, trust me. And there's always an answer for it. And I usually would respond with a voicemail. So it's very specific, so you can understand rather than text. And sometimes I text and I do a lot of typo. So I stopped texting, but I think I'll respond in with audio, and so that way everybody can get information. But again, I'm always going to be there. Again, like I said, this is not even when you start working. Let's say you're successful at the end and you're working, we're always going to be there. It's always a text away. Like you have a network, let's say you start working and they give you all these things, you're confused and like you don't know, or maybe you're scared. Trust me, I have a lot of students that have been through this and are like, nope, just send it over, take a screenshot. I've had folks that work for the government. I still work for the government, just to know. I have folks that work for the government and have classified stuff that they cannot show, they cannot share. And I advise them not to, because you're going to get in trouble if you do that. But I try to get them to recreate, an unclassified version of that network. And we can just walk through it. We'll talk through it, right? And that's so there's always help even when you start working. Okay. That's what I'm saying. So this is a long-term thing. You're part of our family, you stay part of us until your feet are ready, you're strong, you're good to go at your work, and you're like, you know what, I'm good. And then you can start talking about being one of the testimonials for EMATECH Academy. Yes.
Nice.
That's how we run.
Typically, how long is a class on Saturday and Sunday? How much, how many hours per day
So,
would you say?
the classes start, we're going to start at least, I try to keep it short, about 2.5 hours maximum.
Okay.
Before it used to be a lot more longer, but I noticed that when the longer it is, students takes, because they have to spend 4 hours to watch the whole thing, and then they have to spend their own time. So I start bringing the classes a little shorter. So I rewrote the entire syllabus and rewrote and reconfigured the entire lab, so that way we can make it shorter. I talk a lot. Most of the time is me talking. So you might not have to watch all the entire class. Like you can just drag it because you're gonna have the video available on Dropbox. You can download it on your computer. I advise for folks to just open. Well, you can buy a Dropbox and you can just always just sync our Dropbox into yours, or you can download it. But remember, every time you download it, you're adding more space on your computer. So, but yeah, it's gonna be there for you. You can play it when you're driving. You can, listen to it, right? You can watch it when you're sitting at the park, maybe with your kids, whatever it is, it's always there. So, but yeah,
Sounds good.
2 hours, 3 hours, 2.5 hours maximum, but sometimes it might not even be up to that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think I pretty much got it now until next scheduled
Awesome.
meeting. I'll go register so we can talk more, and then we'll make a final decision.
Okay, great.
Yes, sir.
Any more questions? And yeah, guys, feel free to tell anybody. A lot of folks keep asking me. I had this friend who said, "Oh, my little girl is graduating from high school, so you think it's a great thing?" Yes, I recommend kids that are graduating from high school to go into university. And I'm not saying that shouldn't go in and do their degree program, but again, the corporate world in Western world, like I don't care, it's Europe, America, Asia, anywhere, they focus on not university degrees. They don't. They focus on certification programs. Like they'll want to see what kind of certification you have, what kind of experience you have. They'll require you to have some degrees. They'll put it on a job description, but the main thing they're looking at: do you have this type of skill, right? You have a specific type of skill. So high school students, I highly recommend they're young, they have this type of knowledge, they'll be good financially at a very young age, and also learning something that really means a lot, not just to them, but everybody around the world. So just recommendation. So good in 1 hour. I'm just gonna ask any more questions. we don't have any more questions, so I think at least the group here knows what to do. And like I said, I'm gonna put this video up right on our website, so folks can download or can have access to it. But just go to our website again. Everything is under the Q&A section on our website. The answers are there, so it's easy for everybody to know what we're up to. Again, feel free to contact me. If you want to email us, just email us through the email that we have on file, or call us if you don't have. If let's say, depending on your time zone that you're calling us, you can get us. Just leave us a voicemail. But email is a prior. It's we prefer email because we're always just going to respond real quick. And all right. Any more questions? Going once, going twice, going. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to give it up again to my business partner. Is he here? Yeah. Just to say some last words before we say hi, and hopefully we'll meet you on the other end. Mr. Odom, you're up. Mr. Abraham.
Mr. Odom is busy.
He's probably driving somewhere in San Diego. We're both from California, so we're leaving California. All right. Think is not up. All right. I just want to give him some option to stop. But anyway, thank you guys a lot for joining us. We appreciate your time, and we hope that everybody here is going to be part of the program. Yep. Like I said, you're never going to regret what you're going to grab from here. Just be ready.
Yeah. Thank you very much. This was awesome. And yeah, I will be joining the class. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Awesome. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Mr. Odom is here. I want to give you the last word.
No, I was saying hi. I didn't know if anybody can hear me. So, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Sam. That stayed to. I'm one of the sir. I know we're having a discounted program already, but if you are part of the class and I believe you want to go ahead and refer a friend, that can also help you maybe a little bit more. I think that's to the discretion of a lead instructor, Engineer Baco. So, but I think that's something he may consider. So, refer a friend.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's out. Oh, sorry. I'll just finish his words. Yes, I missed that part. Literally, totally missed that part. You refer a friend, you get a discount. That's pretty much it. Refer a friend, get a discount on your payments. So we're trying to create a community here to help people. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining. And I think we're gonna thank you. Thank you. We're gonna end it up here. Hopefully I get to talk to you sometime soon. You have a good one. Good morning, good evening, good night. Take care.
Thank you very much. You have a wonderful one, sir.
You too.